The most dangerous Backrooms level run for your life and the collapse of human limits. Among the infinite expanse of the Backrooms, a sprawling alternate dimension stitched together from liminal spaces and psychological horrors, there exists a level so fast, so violent, and so unrelenting in its terror that it has gained a near-mythical status, level run for your life. While levels such as level 6.66 or the enigmatic level 9222372036854775807 challenge the boundaries of thought, existence, or even physics, level run for your life overwhelms the one thing every wanderer must depend on, the ability to think, to adapt, and to survive under pressure. It is not the slow decay of sanity or the dread of isolation that defines this level, it is the immediate, adrenaline-fueled knowledge that you are being hunted, and there is no time to think, only run. A sudden descent into chaos. Level run for your life is not a level one chooses to enter. It is often triggered accidentally through not-clipping errors in the more stable levels like level 1 or level 2. A wanderer will simply walk through a doorway or fall through a tile, and in an instant, without warning or transition, they are plunged into this level. The transformation is immediate and jarring. One moment you might be walking through quiet industrial corridors or dim office hallways, and the next, you're crashing through a set of emergency exit doors into a blaring, fluorescent-lit maze, stained with blood and littered with the remnants of those who came before. As the double doors slam behind you, a loud alarm begins to ring. On the wall in front of you, in blood-red spray paint, is one word. Run. There is no time to orient yourself. Within seconds, entities, an aggressive variant of hounds and death moths, along with unique, unnamed predatory abominations, explode into view behind you, charging at full speed. There is no hiding. No negotiating. No fighting. The only option is to run, through endless looping halls of corporate decay, twisted staircases, collapsing ceilings, and flickering lights. These monsters don't hunt you because they're hungry. They chase because they can, because level run for your life was designed as a pure stress test for the human condition. The environment, architecture of panic. The architecture of level run for your life seems built for chaos. The hallways twist and turn like a panicked architect's nightmare. Some rooms stretch on with no end before snapping suddenly into sharp, angular turns. Others are filled with furniture, office equipment, or hazardous obstacles that force a split-second decision, dodge or die. Floors randomly cave in, pipes spew boiling steam, and lighting flickers violently enough to cause disorientation. Even more disturbing is the design's mimicry of the real world. Hallways resemble school corridors, hospitals, and maintenance tunnels, but warped, distorted, smeared with grime and damage, always just wrong enough to unsettle. These familiar settings turned into death traps at a psychological edge. You are sprinting for your life through echoes of Earth, but they offer no safety, no direction, just more space to die in. To make matters worse, level run for your life has been observed to warp over time. It adjusts to each individual's mind, introducing rooms based on personal fears or traumas. This dynamic shift increases the disorientation and keeps you from mentally mapping any safe path forward. No two runs through this level are ever the same, and that reality is a slow death sentence for many. Entities, born to hunt. The true terror of level run for your life lies in its inhabitants. These are not passive threats like some facelinks or memory-warping entities in other levels. The creatures of this level are biologically optimized for one thing: relentless, coordinated pursuit. The most common entity is the modified hound, more muscular and faster than standard variants, with elongated limbs that allow them to scale walls and leap vast distances. Their howls echo throughout the hallways, making it impossible to tell how far or how close they are. Other entities include malformed humanoids whose heads twitch erratically, emitting high-pitched shrieks that disorient victims. There are even reports of insectoid creatures that drop from ventilation shafts, capable of melting flesh with their venomous spray. These aren't monsters in the traditional sense, they are apex predators crafted by the very code of the Backrooms to hunt, adapt, and never stop. Worse still is the concept of the entity tide. Some survivors, rare as they are, report that once enough time passes or if too many people enter the level at once, the entities act like a single swarm. Every hallway becomes blocked, every staircase guarded. In such cases, the level becomes a closed circuit, a death loop with no escape. The psychological toll, terror as a weapon. Unlike the slow psychological torment of level 6 or the isolation of level -1, level run for your life does not give the mind a chance to collapse slowly. It simply shatters it instantly. The brain is not built for prolonged, uninterrupted panic. After just a few minutes of sprinting, hearing screeches behind every door and footsteps pounding after you, the logical brain begins to disintegrate. Fight or flight becomes flight until death. Breathing becomes erratic, vision tunnels, thoughts vanish. People lose motor control, trip, or simply collapse, either from exhaustion or the sudden onset of cardiac failure. Some, in a state of dissociation, stop running altogether and allow themselves to be taken. Others become so desperate they attempt to escape through faulty knocklips mid-run, resulting in brutal physical damage. Some clip halfway through floors, walls, or even other entities. And then there's the sound. The level is not quiet like many others. It is deafening. The blare of sirens. The echo of steel heels on tile. The guttural howls. The screeches. And your own heartbeat, pounding like war drums in your ears. Escape, a miracle with a cost. Escaping level run for your life is not impossible, but it is improbable. A lucky few find emergency staircases or elevators that, if used at the exact right moment, can transport them back to level 1 or level 5. Others report finding a red door with a blinking light, often hidden behind falling walls or through cracked ceilings. However, even reaching these escape routes is near fantasy. Many who survive level run for your life are never the same. They return broken, silent, or permanently altered in mind and body. The trauma is not metaphorical, it's imprinted. PTSD, memory loss, visual hallucinations, and psychotic breaks are common. There is even a theory that the level brands its survivors, ensuring that future levels recognize them, increasing entity aggression in subsequent stages. Conclusion: a hell that never stops running. Level run for your life is more than just a deadly space, it is the weaponization of panic. Where other Backrooms levels haunt the soul or warp perception, this level removes the luxury of fear by replacing it with action. No analysis. No preparation. No control. Just a wall of monsters and an endless hallway. It tests your stamina, your reflexes, your luck, and ultimately, your will to keep running. In the world of the Backrooms, where horror wears 1,000 faces, level run for your life remains a pure, unfiltered nightmare that doesn't just threaten your life, but forces you to watch it being hunted down second by second.